I was already making buttons, so then I decided that I wanted to at least show you all how I did to make them. So you see I'm moving it. That's because I'm trying to see if it's going to be the same size. I kind of try to move it, then that makes the lemon itself smaller, so then that doesn't work for me. So then I just say, it's time to scratch it and let's do something different. I already have them all saved at the bottom. They're linked together, so I'm like, ugh, gotta ungroup that. So it's important to make sure that you're dealing with the things that you want. I try to make it so that it's similar, and then I'm still kind of getting frustrated with it. So I select it all. I usually just do that to select it all. I try to double check it, make sure it's aligned. I'm playing with the font. It's definitely a process about playing with it and making it however you like it, not, like there's some rhyme or reason or rule that you need to do. So I decide to double check and make sure it's aligned to the center of each other. I did pretty well there. So then I group it back. It just makes it easier to me. And I wanted a border, but when you do it like that, you see that it makes it across each one of them. And that's when I remembered, whoops, I have to make a copy. Then you need to just paste the picture. So now it is a picture. So see how those are two different boxes? That is one single box. So I made that my little area for the things and where they go. Then when I add the black border this time, we should be able to see that it works fine. I kind of try to line them up to make sure that they're the right size. I size this at 2.3. I'm not really a perfectionist. I watched Esther say something like that, and I agree. I'm not a perfectionist. I just wanted them to be the same size. So I was just showing that, as you see, it definitely was not the the same width, but it is the same height. So then I'm just checking. That says 2.3. That says 2.3. That says 2.3. So I know I'm good. I wanted to look at other types of buttons. So back to playlist is just another way of saying that you're going back home. So I'm looking to make the same one I just showed you. So I'm typing up rainbow, looking at the different kinds of rainbows, showing there's plenty of options to choose from, even with Creative Commons. I liked that one. So insert the picture. It's going to be very large. We want to size it down. I put 2.5. You can do something bigger or smaller. Closing out design ideas because, again, it comes up every time. It's a process. I don't change the settings because I prefer it. I go to color, and then I remember that I need to make sure I put it to the side. I do that so when I hover over it, it changes it so I can see it change. So they have different options. As you make the colors more saturated, it makes it brighter. The yellow starts to look really bright in these. You can make it just black and white, recolor it. There's plenty of options. As I continue to show all the options, I go with the recolored, so it is still brighter than what it originally was, and it made the background less white. Insert a text box, and you just type what it is that you want to say. It's going to say back to playlist. Some people like to say back to home, home screen. This is just, again, another way to incorporate buttons. I changed the font. I'm into News Gothic lately. That's the one I'm into. So I center it so then it's in the middle of the picture. I format and I start to kind of play with the color options. The text outline, I make the weight larger just to make the actual word bigger. I play with the size of it because I wanted it to be a smidgen bigger. Then I thought, do I want it to be lower? Do I want it to be on top? Again, remember that you have the control. You might say, I don't like that the letters are on top of the rainbow. Maybe you want it at the top and not underneath. I liked that this kind of looked like a pot of gold in my brain. So at the bottom is that, and then the rainbow was above it. So then we're done. As I said, I'm going to select all. I group it together. I copy it, and then I select the picture. So now it is a button that you can make. Even if it's not ungrouped, I wanted to show you that you can still copy it. So I didn't group it, I'm just pressing copy and then doing the picture, and it still does the same thing. So we are finished on making buttons. Yay.